All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are going deep, deep into the subatomic world to hunt for something so rare it actually pushes the very limits of what we consider reality. We're going on a search for the universe's best-kept secrets.
So our story starts in a place that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. We're talking deep underground, right on the border of France and Switzerland. This is CERN, and it's home to a very, very special kind of factory that's running unlike any other on Earth.
Now this factory isn't churning out cars or smartphones. Nope. It has one single, incredible purpose: to create trillions upon trillions of unstable particles called kaons. And these things, they're unbelievably fleeting. They exist for just a whisper of a second before they decay, transform into something else.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The scientists in this experiment, the Na-62 collaboration, they're not just watching any old decay. They are hunting for one specific, incredibly rare event, something so unlikely it's almost impossible to even imagine.
That's the number, 1 in 10 billion. What that means is, out of 10 billion of these kaons popping into existence, our best theories predict that only one will decay in this very specific way. Just one. It's a number so small it's hard to even wrap your head around.
To put that into perspective, think about this. Imagine someone told you to find one specific pre-marked grain of sand. The only catch? Your search area is every single beach on the entire planet. That's the kind of mind-bending challenge these physicists are up against every day.
And all of this, of course, leads to a totally fair question. Why? Why go through all this trouble? Why build these massive, complex machines and sift through mountains of data for one tiny event that almost never happens?
Well, the answer to that question, it's basically the holy grail for modern particle physics. It's all about testing the very foundation of everything we think we know about the universe, and more importantly, searching for what we don't know. You see, for decades, physicists have had this incredible rule book called the Standard Model. It's our best ever description of all the fundamental particles and forces, and honestly, it's been unbelievably successful. But, and this is a big but, we know it's not the complete story.
This particular decay is the absolute perfect way to test that rulebook. Why? Because its probability can be calculated with just astonishing precision. Physicists call it theoretically clean. There are almost no weird variables or fuzzy math. The Standard Model gives us a very clear, very specific number.
And this is where it gets really exciting. At the experiment, the real-world measurement finds this decay happening more often, or maybe less often than the math predicts. That's a smoking gun. It's definitive proof that a rulebook is missing some chapters.
And that is what the hunt for new physics is all about. It's the search for stuff the Standard Model can't explain. Things like dark matter, or maybe hidden forces of nature we've never even dreamed of. Finding a weird result here could be our very first glimpse. So this entire hunt just took a really dramatic turn. Back in March of 2026, the Na-62 team made a breakthrough announcement, and it sent some serious ripples through the entire physics community.
After years of just painstaking work, they did more than just find these rare decays. They measured the rate they happen with 40% more precision than anyone has ever managed before. This new level of certainty just sharpens the whole picture dramatically.
And the lead analyst, Joel Swallow, he summed it up perfectly. He said, "We are now at the limit of what the Standard Model can explain." Think about that. Their measurement is so exact, it's literally pushing right up against the edge of everything we know.
So what does this actually mean for the future of physics? I mean, where does this incredible science detective story go from here?
Well, this result is a huge landmark. It gives a really clear target for the next generation of experiments at CERN, especially with the big high-luminosity upgrade that's coming. That's basically like turning up the power on the whole facility to create way more collisions. Now they know exactly where to point their instruments.
And that's really the key takeaway here. This was never just about one tiny particle. It's about finding the first small, real cracks in our seemingly perfect theory of reality. We are closer than we have ever been to peering through those cracks and seeing whatever it is that lies beyond. The real question is, what are we going to find?